They say the time of heroes is over. That if you're different, you're dangerous. But I know the truth. The world will always need heroes. We just need to reassemble.
Hey guys, what's up? Marvel dropped the best bomb this morning, new game in collaboration with Square Enix, so I'm going to explain what's going on. They're making a game that's going to tie all the movies, all the comics, everything together in a much more expansive version of the experience you get when you go to MCU movies. And it's not just one game, it's a series of games. So it's going to feature some of the most iconic things from the comics and the movies. So because the game isn't out and I can't give a copy of it away, I'll say new round of the Spider-Man giveaway starts now. It's for a copy of the new Spider-Man game. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. Be sure to click that bell to enable alerts so that you don't miss anything. This all might look a little familiar to you because the same studio that's working on this, it's really like a collaboration, but it's the people behind the Tomb Raider games up until like very recently, Deus Ex. So just based on the footage that we see in this, it looks a little bit like those types of games. But they tease that the Avengers need to reassemble, and we're heading into an Avengers year because of Avengers Infinity War, so it sounds like this is going to be like a big RPG style game. They make it seem like it's going to be a linear RPG like a lot of those other types of stories, but the way they tease it's going to be playable for a long time, either there's going to be a crap ton of DLC or there'll just be a series of games set in this universe with these characters. So you'll be like one of the Avengers trying to reform the team in the wake of this giant disaster. They talk about teasing the iconic moments from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even though the story is supposed to be original. So it sounds like they'll be taking all the stuff from the movies and recontextualizing it a little bit, and you'll get to play around in the movies just a little bit more with those types of adventures, which I think people want. It's almost like taking one of the big Avengers films and turning it into a 50-hour event, which is what we want for Infinity War. I would totally watch a 50-hour Infinity War movie. So Marvel just wants you to be doing a lot of Avengers things going into an Avengers year, but they also have the Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale game that's coming out. We haven't seen any real footage from that, just like the logo teaser and the fact that they're making it. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. They haven't officially announced what the real title of the game is going to be, or which characters are going to be playable, like which person you're going to get to start as. Presumably it'll feature all of Marvel's main characters from the comics, pending Spider-Man, because there's all the Sony Spider-Man game stuff that's happening. Spider-Man is a big question mark, so you guys can let me know. What do you think about the idea of like a Deus Ex, Square Enix, Tomb Raider style Avengers game? I feel like everybody's freaking out about this. This is the first big non-Spider-Man AAA Marvel game in a while, and the fact that it's coming from Square Enix is just amazing. But for those of you wondering if it's going to be more like Final Fantasy or Deus Ex, I'm expecting it to be more like Deus Ex just based on the look here, but they could go any number of different directions with it. There's no official release date announced, but I'm guessing it's either going to be Christmas shopping season this year or sometime early next year. Games usually get delayed a lot, so there'll be more trailers for this. They'll release more information as they go along. They mentioned so much about the movies and the TV shows in this announcement though, so it just sounds like they're going to be including all of the MCU stuff as well as the TV stuff. So for those of you that want a story that involves both the movie characters and the TV characters, like Infinity War, I know people want them to go into the movies. It sounds like this is the middle ground. As far as gameplay mechanics, I'm expecting Deus Ex, but like I said, it'll be like a combination of open world and linear RPG, just like tons of side quests. So here's a little bit more of this Deus Ex gameplay footage just to give you an idea of what that might feel like.
The augmented era began with such promise. Until the incident turned the world upside down. 50 million dead. Hundreds of thousands more maimed and injured. All because a few rich opportunists plotted in secret to control us. Today, hatred of Augs has morphed into a full-blown mechanical apartheid, with violent clashes fueling unrest.
The augmented are suffering a genocide. It begins with taking away our rights, treating us as less than human, and then exterminating us.
So you just have to imagine something that looks and feels like that universe, only done with the scope and stories and characters of the Marvel universe, as well as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I'm talking about the comics too. So think of Marvel Infinity, the classic Infinity Gauntlet storyline, everything that's happened on Earth so far. So with each new game, it just sounds like the stories will get bigger and crazier as we go along through Phase 3, Phase 4 of the movies. But they talk about all the environments, all the places, the events from the comics. So you might get to see a version of the Infinity Gauntlet happen. You might get to see stuff from Black Panther, from Thor Ragnarok, just stuff from all corners of the Marvel universe. And I say universe in the grand sense of things. So we're talking space-based stuff, Earth-based stuff. But just to be clear, Marvel and Square Enix's partnership is for multiple games. So either it's going to be a game series set based on this new one right here, or it's going to be a couple different types of games. But it sounds more like it's going to be a series like Tomb Raider or Deus Ex or something like that. So based on the development cycle, that'll probably go all the way through the 4th Avengers film and well into Marvel Phase 4. So you can see how Marvel tries to sort of like tie its games and its extra properties into the MCU stuff that's going on. So there'll be a lot of MCU stuff happening in the games, but it'll be a lot of extra stuff that you don't get from going to the actual movies. So it'll be a much bigger world, a much bigger story, like 50 hours of gameplay versus 2.5 hours of movie. So just really good news. This is the best announcement they could have made that wasn't an actual MCU movie trailer. Like I know everybody wants a Thor trailer, they want more Spider-Man. There'll be plenty more of that. And there's actually some behind the scenes Avengers Infinity War Spider-Man that I want to post. There's just a lot of stuff that they've been doing lately because they started shooting the movie. So there'll be another Infinity War video sometime on Friday, but I have some new Star Wars I'm going to post. There's some new Thor Ragnarok. So those will all be the next videos that I post. While you guys wait for that to post, you can click here for more Defenders behind the scenes, and you can click here to learn all about Star Wars Episode 8. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys in the next video.